The Chief Executive Officer of the Oil Marketing Companies Association, Kweku Dua, tells Joy News all fuel stations will be aligned by end of this week. Now, in other stories, less than a week after a directive to Ghanaian public sector workers to obtain a national identity card or lose their salary starting December 1, the Controller and Accountant General's Department has made a U-turn. The decision was arrived at after a meeting today between the Employment Ministry, the Finance Ministry, Controller and Accountant General's Department, and Organized Labour. The department, in that earlier directive, explained that the move was to harmonize its systems and synchronize its financial remuneration process through the card. Now, instead, the controller will rather transfer the names of public sector workers in the existing database onto the National Identification Authority database. In the process, the platform will identify all unregistered members of staff who are available to be factored into the new identification framework. We'll hear from them shortly, but first, Maxwell Alba has a wrap of the vehement opposition to the earlier directive.
The two major teacher unions in the country have opposed the directive, with the Ghana National Association of Teachers calling the bluff of the Controller and Accountant General. NAT has threatened it will meet the CAGD with appropriate response if it goes ahead with what it describes as preposterous, intimidating and unfortunate directive. Yes, General Secretary Thomas Musa.
Don't worry, you let him try it. If he's daring us, we will meet him. And like we indicated, we will respond appropriately. He should mark our words. Please, I think controllers should not provoke workers in this country. And they should be mindful. The man speaking, tell him to be mindful.
Executive Secretary for the Civil and Local Government Staff Association, CLOCSAG, Isaac Bampo Ado, says the Controller and Accountant General does not have the power to stop the salaries of members.
Nobody can also stop our salaries.
Are you sure nobody can take your salaries?
Nobody can take it. It's an unfair labor practice. If you do that, we also equalize.
The General Secretary of the University of Ghana, University Teachers Association of Ghana, Professor Ransford Jampo, wants a review of the deadline. Head of Public Relations at the Controller and Accountant General's Department, Cephas Dosu, says workers were given prior notice about the directive.
We say that if you fail to secure the card, it means that you have not availed yourself to earn your salary.
Meanwhile, the Deputy Minister for Employment and Labour Relations, Bright Rekunbrobe, says his ministry is engaging the Controller and Accountant General on how best to resolve the disagreement.
I'm sure if not tomorrow, early next week, we'll do something and come out with a communique. We all have to meet and then look at it.
Well, Head of Public Relations at the Controller and Accountant General's Department, Cephas Dosu, in an interview with my colleague Mamavio Usabaji, insisted the department will not backtrack on the directive.
I appreciate their concern, but we should also understand that the responsibility of protecting public pets is also on our neck. And I'm sure you also are aware that the issuance of the national identity card did not start from today. And so it is best that we all make an attempt to avail ourselves to secure the cards.
But your directive only came out this week.
Yes, it came out this week. But prior to this, for the past 4 months, Controller has been engaging public sector workers who have been involved in the nationwide training program for the HR and cost center validators. And we kept urging them that you need to sign on to the cards because we are in the process of aligning the two systems.
So having listened to the concerns raised already, do you intend extending the time? Because December 1st is just around the corner. We barely have 2 months.
I think the first thing that we all need to do is that let's avail ourselves and attempt to register. If the deadline given comes up, we can then sit and review the system, review what the situations are, and if there's a need for us to make amends as far as the deadline is concerned, we would. But the letter just came out just this week. We have not even availed ourselves to see whether we could go through the process of registering for the cards. And we're only talking about the fact that the time is too short. I think we should first avail ourselves, register for the cards, then when the time is up, we can do a review and look at the way forward.
Mr. Dosu, even those who want to do the premium service, which is supposed to be fast, spend hours in queues, more than 3 hours sometimes, to get hold of the card. So is it just a matter of the time being too short, or it's almost practically impossible?
The NIA, I know that currently they have no less than 34 registration centers, which cuts across the whole country, and they are also extending the same facility also all into all districts. They are opening more avenues. So I'm sure that with the kind of challenge they are aware, and they are addressing and repositioning themselves to be able to address the challenge.
By December 1st, what happens if you don't have the Ghana card?
We're saying that if you fail to secure the card, it means that you have not availed yourself to earn your salary. But what I'm saying is that, like Mr. Riley said, there have been concerns. We want to urge all government employees to avail themselves to secure the card.